What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to the Bottom at Christmas Challenge. It's episode number 6 today, and it's perhaps our toughest yet here at Burnley. Yes, today we are going to be taking on some pretty big teams. We're going to be taking on 3 of the top 4. Sandwiched in between, though, we do have a winnable game, though, against Crystal Palace. If you missed yesterday's episode, you missed a whole lot of red. But yes, we are back. You can see, just looking at our kind of fixtures coming up, we've got the Liverpool game who are in first. We then have Chelsea in second, Palace in 11th, winnable, Arsenal in 4th, Brighton in 18th. We have to win that game next episode. And then following that, you can see we have Manchester United. Just a quick look at the league table, because I feel like I didn't touch upon this enough to end yesterday's video. Yes, I appreciate we're on 16 points. Our saving grace right now is the fact that Cardiff are only 6 points above us. Obviously, we need to try and grind out some results against the top 4 who we are going to be playing in the next 6 matches. But if we can win against Palace and we can win against Brighton, I think we have a pretty good chance of staying up. I know that might sound mad to say, but I feel like with the games that we have left, Bournemouth in 7th isn't going to be easy, but we still have Cardiff to play, Fulham in 14th, we have West Ham in 8th, Leicester in 13th, Newcastle in 15th. There's some winnable games in there. It's not going to be easy. And it starts off pretty difficult today. In terms of the team tactics, it's very similar to what I left you with last time. I thought about things a little bit more, just to talk about some stuff that I've changed. We're going to distribute it to Barnes as our attacking kind of forward, the advanced forward. We're going to try and get it quickly to him with longer kicks. We're going to regroup when we lose the ball and counter. I think we had counter on before, but regroup is something new. I do want us to kind of sit back a little bit more. In terms of general approach, we're going to try and play defensive against the big teams in the league. We're going to need to try and hit them on the break. We're going to play for set pieces, maybe make the most of those. Standard passing directness, but a higher tempo to it all. Not really trying to hold on to the ball for longer spells, but get it into the final third and get it up the pitch quickly. I'm going to be honest, I really need Sisto to step up. Really, really, really need Sisto to step up. And Hernani as well, who's been a little bit lacklustre lately. But yeah, the rest of the team doesn't look too different, I don't think, to when I left you last time. I've been kind of thinking about things, playing more defensive. We're going to drop a little bit deeper and try and hit on the break. The thing in here is that Barnes is going to hold up the play for really Sisto and Hernani making runs, and Torres is the deep lying forward also making runs. That's the theory. Whether or not that theory will be put into practice, I guess we will find out today. Now, obviously, today we've got Liverpool in first, Chelsea in second, Palace, and we also have Arsenal. I don't know for sure if we'll do the Arsenal game today. We will certainly do these 3 games in the space of a week. There's some big games for us, and we need to start getting some results. Can we expect to go to Anfield and get a result? Probably not, if we're being honest. Probably not. Tarkovsky's form lately, I noticed, has been awful. Like, beyond bad, a 6.48. So actually, I'm going to bring in Kevin Long instead of him. I'm going to make a bit of a gambly change there, but I feel like it's one that needs to be made. In truth, the average ratings across the board have been pretty bad. I'm going to take off Westwood as well for Defor. Sisto, I really wish I had an alternate to Sisto. I guess the alternative would be to bring in Goodmanson and play him out on the left, even though he's left-footed. I could swap him and Hernani round. Does that help us at all? Maybe a little bit. It just means that Hernani's going to be cutting in on his right foot that he's not so strong with, but maybe he can make it work for us. But we need a bit of a miracle to start today, let's be honest. If we can get it, fantastic. We need Fernando Torres to bang in some goals against his former club. But yes, Liverpool are top of the league. I'm hoping that we can keep the scoreline here respectable. The fact that we're only 6 points away from safety does make me feel like there is still hope here. Despite how hopeless I might have sounded over the last couple of videos, there is still a chance, and a reasonable chance at that. 6 points is no further behind than we were when we took over. Unfortunately, Brighton have just scored after 1 minute, which is a bad result because Brighton are one of the teams on the cusp of safety who we're within 6 points of. But anyway, Barnes here. Not the pass that was needed, really. Mane going to try and hit us in behind. Crosses it in back post. Tom Heaton, what are you doing, lad? Shaqiri, we block his initial effort, but it falls to Mo Salah. It's such a stupid tackle. He's got his back to goal, but Matt Lowton's just gone straight through the back of him. And now it's, I guess, Fabinho with a chance from the spot to get a goal for Liverpool. He goes down to the left. You can see the keeper went down to his right. Unfortunately, just couldn't get across there. I mean, it's lasted, what, 10 minutes? 10 minutes? I mean, we're really thinking ahead to the Palace game today. That is the must-win game of today's episode. If we can get anything against Burnley, if we got something against Burnley, that would be an achievement. Can we win points against ourselves? It might be our best hope at this rate, but no. The games against Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal, really, they're not the be-all or end-all. I mean that in the nicest possible way, but the reality is that the games that really matter are those against the teams much higher than us, as Fabinho has a rather ambitious effort there. You can see we had a lot of men behind the ball there. You know, playing defensive, we are going to drop players in deeper. Even Torres drops in to do a job. And well, he's got the ball here. A few runners on ahead. Charlie Taylor. I mean, can we make it 1-1? Can we get a goal against Liverpool? No. It's going to be given away. And, well, Mane bringing it forward. Someone's got to pick up Salah. It's not rocket science. Apparently it is for our defence. Fortunately, Heaton to the rescue. He's like a superhero. You can see a Liverpool bringing it forward. Firmino out on this right-hand side. Goes to Fabinho. They've got players over here. Nice win by Hernani. Now can we break? I mean, it's what we're looking to do, isn't it? We're looking to hit them on the counter. Hernani, on runners ahead, just can't quite get the ball picked out. There was reason to be optimistic there. I don't know who just put in a slide tackle. Me. Ben Mee. Mate, what was that? Go back and rewind and watch that slide tackle and tell me what you just tried. I'm not sure. Liverpool have had 4 clear-cut chances and 2 half chances so far. Maybe standing off them isn't working. Maybe. You know what? Let's try and press them a little bit. And in transition, do I want to counter-press? Is that a little bit risky? Perhaps, but we're going to go for it. We've got to try something, haven't we? I mean, at 30 minutes, it's only 1-0. Granted, it probably could be 5 or 6. But you've got to be in it to win it. And Wolves have done us a favour. They've got a goal back against Brighton. Mo Salah gives it straight to Lowton. Heaton lumps it clear to Barnes, who's going to try and get there as kind of our big target man to aim for. Just couldn't quite win that battle today. He's a little bit in Van Dijk's pocket, it feels like, at the moment. And Babu with it, crosses it in. Salah, I mean, if Salah's winning a header, that is cause for concern. The good news is Huddersfield are losing 2-0. So regardless of what happens here for us against the team who are top of the league, we are, I think, going to be within touching distance of the teams above us. I mean, really, we're trying to get through this as best we can. And the even better news is Wolves have grabbed another. Boys, I'm not happy. Show me something else. Part of me's tempted just to go on attacking in the second half and just see if we can try and make something happen. We've not got a great deal to lose. They've already had 5 clear-cut chances. It's not like we can go more defensive to try and stem the flow of goals. We're already 2 goals down. Let's see what we can do. I'm coming in today with renewed optimism. I hope that is showing through. I feel like the last few episodes we've got a bit too down. We've been a bit too negative. Emotionally and mentally, we've got to reset. I mean, if they score after 50 seconds in the second half, that positivity will dwindle away. But at least until the Crystal Palace game, we're going to remain optimistic. Shaqiri, free kick save. Firmino gets the rebound. He's offside. I mean, it really could be more, couldn't it, for Liverpool? It remains 2-0 here. I mean, we're still in it. In some ways, we're just trying to get through this game as the whipping boys, trying to keep some morale in the team if we can, and focusing ahead to potentially brighter days ahead. Let's make some changes. Sisto's been rested for today's game with Gudmundsson coming in. Barnes and Torres have not played that great. You know what? The double change is coming out. We're going to bring in Caicedo, or Saicedo, and also Chris Wood. I apologise for the fact I keep changing his pronunciation. We talked about it in episode 3 or 4 about how to actually say his name. I may have already forgotten. So I'm just going to say whatever I feel like. Oh my God, Fabinho's gone for the overhead kick and he's hit the crossbar. I mean, it would have been incredible. I've not seen that many overhead kicks fly in this year in FM compared to previous years. I mean, it's still only 2-0. It's still only 2-0. Show some passion. Okay, players looking anxious after that. Maybe that wasn't the right talk. Let's play Sisto on attack, and let's play Gudmundsson on attack as well. Let's just go for it. Screw it. We've got nothing to lose, except our goal difference. But we've got nothing to lose. Ball forward, it's Salah. Me, can you put in a better tackle this time? You can't, but Heaton's there with a strong hand. Good stop by him in goal. That was a really good opportunity again for Liverpool. I mean, it's still, we could get 2 goals in the last 15 minutes and get a draw. I'll let you decide whether or not I truly believe that. But with 9 minutes left, can we get it clear? I mean, Heaton holds on to it again. He's been a bit of a saviour for us today in goal. I feel like he deserves man of the match. He lumps it clear, looking for Barnes. Well, he could be looking for Barnes, but Barnes isn't on the pitch. But it's fallen to Gudmundsson, who chips it through to Sisto. Can we get a goal here? I want to believe. Sisto tries to get the ball in, can't quite pick out Wood. And it's cleared away by Liverpool, although Me wins it. I mean, what I will say is 2-0 against the team who are top away from home makes me feel like maybe some of the little tweaks we've done are going to work for us against the likes of Palace. Maybe we can make something happen in that kind of game. Shaqiri trying to get it in here. Me. Now with Danny Sturridge, well, he scores, doesn't he? It's 3-0. I mean, I'm happy with 3-0. That might sound mental. Since I took over the club, we've not got further away from the drop. Now, we've not got closer, but I feel like when you look at the games we've played, it maybe could be worse. Maybe. I mean, it's only 3-0. It's only 3-0. Cardiff shouldn't get an equaliser. Did anyone pull away from us at the bottom? They didn't. Look at that. That's great. The status quo is resumed. And the good news is, because we only lost 3-0 here, our goal difference actually could be a little bit worse trailing Liverpool. I'm still going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. We now have Chelsea at home. Now, Chelsea are going to have played a game as well, so they're going to be struggling. Hopeless Burnley. Excuse me. That is not the positivity I need to be shared with me right now. Hopeless. I mean, that's just insulting. I was wondering with Torres, maybe we should just try playing him as a complete forward on support. He's actually really well suited to play complete forward, barring his kind of awful physicals, but we'll just ignore those. I think we will bring in Sisto for this game and play Hernani on the right. How did Defour do? I mean, we did rotate the team a little bit, didn't we? He got 6.4 into Liverpool. That's actually not that bad. Apparently Man City are lining up a big move for Salah. Newcastle beat Arsenal 4-0. You see, we didn't lose by that many to Newcastle. We got a 0-0 draw against them. I'm wondering at what point I do a team meeting with the players and tell them I'm not happy. I think I wait until after the Chelsea game, because if I do it now, any positivity and positive effects we maybe get off, you know, the team talk are just going to be completely undone by getting spanked potentially by Chelsea. Not that I planned for us to get spanked, but that's kind of the reality of it. Pope's not happy. I'm just going to ignore his unhappiness. Mate, I've got bigger fish to fry than you, Mr. Pope. Go off to the Vatican. Sort out your own problems there. The rapture's coming, and it's coming in the form of a home game against Chelsea. They're in second. I think it's winnable. I'll let you decide whether or not you agree. I feel like in terms of approach, we should just approach the game the same way. Do I really want to do that? We gave away a lot before, didn't we? Do you think it says out of possession? Maybe we press slightly more out of possession just to see if that can help us win the ball back a little bit more. Players have recovered okay. Defour's not recovered as well as I'd like, so we'll bring Westwood back into the team. I'm tempted to give Wood a start ahead of Torres. Just in terms of our strikers, how's the average ratings looking in the last 5? I mean, Torres is on a 6.5. Yeah, you definitely can come out. I'm going to be honest, Torres and Caicedo, I can't remember how to say his name, I apologise. They really don't have very good average ratings. Torres got 2 goals for us on his debut. Since then, he's done absolutely nothing. So we're going to go with the strike partnership that we know works, the tried and true. I'm just wondering, actually, we could play Barnes as a pressing forward on attack. That might be better than playing the complete forward now I think about it. Let's go with this. Nice defensive, 4-4-2. No nonsense. I say defensive, obviously the wide men are going to play higher up the pitch. I'm wondering about just playing them as wingers rather than inside forwards. They can both play as wingers as well. You know what? We'll give that a go. If it's not really working, we can change things up. But this game against Chelsea is another game where, like the Liverpool game, we kind of go in. If we can get a point from it, fantastic. But we're not going to look at this at the end of the season as a game to win or lose us, our spot in the Premier League. I'm really hoping the board give me a chance to get to some of the games at the end of the year where I feel like we can turn it around, where we should be able to get out, grind out some results. Whether or not they're going to be that patient with me, we'll have to wait and see. I feel like we're overdue an upset win. We're overdue a point from somewhere. It's what we really need. We've lost 5 on the bounce. That is really, really concerning. I can't even kind of airbrush over it. That is bad. And Eden Hazard's just got an insane goal. I don't know how he's finished that. I don't know if Heaton could have done better. It's the first shot of the game for Chelsea. For the first 6 minutes of the game, we had more of the ball. Unfortunately, with their first effort on goal, they find the back of the net. You can see Aspilicueta, Dave, plays it forward to Willian, crosses it, and Lowton is just caught out of position. He's been really poor lately for us. Really, really poor. I mean, let's not panic just yet. It's only 1-0. Maybe panic now because Cardiff are winning 1-0, but it's not over till it's over. You've got to be in it to win it. Although if they were to get another, we might start to panic just a little more then. Aspilicueta crosses it in. Headed away. Sisto, can you help it on its way? The answer is a resounding no. Now back with Willian. Hits it. Blocked away. But only as far as Kante. I mean, Kante's scoring goals like that. I'm going to look back on that Southampton game, aren't I? All those games ago where they scored 2 goals from 2 shots. That was the beginning of this downward spiral. That was the beginning of it. I mean, defensive isn't working. He's not going to score another. He has. Kante's got 2 goals against me from outside the box. Can we check that this is actually Kante playing? Because I don't think Kante can do that. I skipped over his last one. It was probably better than this one. I'll give him his credit and let him see this one. He had so much time. So much time. Aspilicueta to Higuain. I mean, they're not going to score a 4-5. We did so well against Liverpool. Oh my, I mean, what is that? That is suicide by back pass, is what that is. I think it was Charlie Taylor. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm hesitant to call him out, but I think it was him. Heaton holds on to it. I mean, maybe I should have stuck with inside forwards, is what I'm wondering. I mean, let's just change it back to it now. There's no harm in doing it. We're 3 goals down, for crying out loud. But I'd be lying if I was to say I'm happy with how this is going. I mean, we could still turn it around. Lowton to Barnes. It was an attempt to Barnes. It didn't actually make it to him. We've actually committed some men in the attack here, but it's Hazard bringing the ball forward now for them. Long reads it, goes to me. Hendrick. Ball lumped clear. I mean, Barnes is there. Wood is in the middle on his own. Can you pick him out, Barnes? Can you pick him out? Yes, you can. I mean, maybe there's life in the old dog yet. Maybe. If we come back and win this now, or get a point, we're staying up. No one can tell me otherwise. It's just one big ball over the top that unders Chelsea. Barnes, nice touch to take it down. Nice ball as well, to be fair. Good run by Wood. Tucks it away. They now have a set piece. They're just going to score, aren't they? Immediately crush my dreams. Not even going to give me 5 minutes of believing. That shot was not far wide of the post. A throw in our own half is always a concerning way to start, but it's with Hendrick. Taylor now goes back to Hendrick. I mean, we're stringing some passes together. I want to believe this could result in something. Hendrick back to Taylor. They are pressing high and not really giving us a lot of time to get the ball out. It's booted clear as far as Barnes. You can't win the header. Eden Hazard, goal side of his man. What is Lowton doing? Like, what are you doing, son? Fullback defend. Stay goal side of your man. It's really simple. Really simple. Hazard with it here. Crosses it in. We kind of deal with it. I mean, it's still 3-1. It's a 2-goal game. And we have scored. Kante's not going to get a hat-trick. Go away. That's not happening. That's not a thing in Football Manager. Willian. I mean, what a free kick that is. That's unbelievable. I did not think he was going to score that. You don't see many right-footed players from there score them this year in FM. It always feels like it's kind of the kind of left-footed player on the left side bending it so it's going wide and goes in. I mean, he hit that free kick pretty blooming well, did Willian, to be fair. I'm not even mad. I can't even complain. What are the other results here? Brighton are winning and Cardiff are winning. Those are two awful results for us. I can't explain how bad those results are in terms of what they might mean for us. I think we need to switch Barnes back to maybe like a deep line forward on support, just because we're getting a bit isolated. I feel like our two strikers just have no one to really link them into the play because the inside forwards are having to drop deep to defend. Anyway, Aspilicueta, throw into Hendrick. Taylor, can you win the secondary ball? You can, but it's going to fall to Kante to potentially mop up the pieces here. Emerson, he's going to have a man free on the left, right? No, he's not. Lowton, you wazzock! He's getting sent off after 46 minutes. I mean, Tarkovsky's going to come in and we're going to have to play Kevin Long at right back. What are you doing? It's so unnecessary as a tackle. So unnecessary. I realise I just tried to sub off the player who was sent off. That would be nice if I could do that, wouldn't it? I mean, we've just got to go. We've just got to weather the storm now, haven't we? Go very defensive and just try and endure what is left of this game. There's 40 minutes of being down a man. I mean, me's now giving away a penalty. I can't account for players giving away penalties and getting sent off stupidly. There's just nothing you can do to prevent that. Hazard's 14th goal of the season. It's his second of the night. I don't want to watch it again. I'll let you decide if it was a good penalty. I mean, we've conceded a free kick, a penalty. We've had a sending off. I mean, it's all very little consolation. Let's be honest, we've not done enough going forward. But at the same time, we've been the masters of our own downfall. We really aren't helping ourselves here. Granted, now we're just kind of seeing things out with kind of a very, very defensive system. I just want this game to be over. We need to reset. We've got Palace coming up. That is winnable. We will do a talk with our players in a team meeting. You know, if anyone could just get a goal, it'd be a little maybe pick-me-up for them going into that Palace game. Hazard's going to get a hat-trick. It's 6. It's getting a little bit embarrassing at this point. And I think we might get a warning from the board after this game about our form, and there's probably going to be some tricky questions to be asked, and I'm going to have to, well, explain them as best I can, I guess. I'm just wondering if I should try putting my inside forwards on attached to try and support the striker, but it's just a completely futile effort at this point, isn't it? I mean, what do you do when players are just playing this badly? I have no doubt my tactics aren't helping things and how much I've changed them probably isn't helping things, but it's just, we've never really got anything clicking or working. I mean, we've gone very defensive since the sending off, and they look like they might score a third. I mean, Higuain heads it wide. You know, let's just go cautious. And then let's just drop Hanani and Sisto deeper. Let's just get to the end of this game. Probably should just take me off as well so he can't be sent off. I don't have a backup right back, so Brady's going to play right back. I don't think he can play there. Sisto's on a 5.2. We paid £8 million for him. It hurts to think about, doesn't it? He's been beyond awful. I mean, the stats here, they don't make for particularly pretty reading. Newcastle have got us a goal back. Need you to get another though, Newcastle. And I could do with Brighton. I think Brighton were playing Huddersfield, maybe? I could do with them drawing. Watford have got a goal. That's going to help them. They're in the relegation zone. All the teams around us have got results today. Or look like they could. We, on the other hand, have just kind of self-destructed. Hendrick tries to get it forward to Wood. What can he do now? He battles bravely. He battles hard. Unfortunately, it's still with Chelsea here, but I mean, it finishes 6-1. I'm not particularly happy with it, but it could be worse. What am I saying? I'm going to issue a warning to Lowton. At this point, at right back, I might as well. Where is he? We might as well give Jaden a game. We might as well give Jaden Bogle a nod and see what he can do at right back. Charlie Taylor, you can come out for Stephen Ward. He's going to get a chance. Me, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be suspended. So we'll bring in Tarkowski for him. Then Ben Gibson can be on the bench. I mean, I also need to rest all the players who are struggling. The thing is, we've not even got injuries now. I do feel like Jack Cork is a massive miss for us in the midfield. But yeah, this team was bottom of the league by 6 points with their star player, and we've been without him. Everything we've been. What did I say? Did I click the wrong option? I mean, I feel like I said that we've not been playing that well, but let's kick on and do better. I guess that implies that we're doing okay, and we really aren't. I think it would be fair to say I'm not helping myself. Pope wants to discuss lack of versity football. Heaton, can you solve that for us? Good. Nick Pope drops his concerns. We're being suggested to hold a team meeting. We just held one. Right, let's try again. Let's fix this. Let's ensure our heads don't drop. We've got the ability to change our fortunes. Another meeting. Great. I mean, at least they didn't get less happy. At least they didn't get more angry with me. I feel like we should play the inside forwards. I feel like they worked better when we were all at even strength. I mean, we absolutely have to beat Palace. Let's just have a quick look at how the league table looks. We're now 7 points away from safety. And Brighton won as well. 10 games left. I mean, it's just awful. Our form is just bad. Beyond bad. It's actually embarrassing how badly things have gone here. Granted, I feel like you have to take a look at the games. We played Leicester. Where are Leicester? Leicester in 15th, but at the time I think they were a little higher. Southampton were mid-table. Watford, we obviously beat in the league. They were around us. Wolves are doing okay. Everton are up there. Tottenham are underperforming, but still a good team. I mean, when you actually look at it, let's just look at just Premier League games. Let's have a look at this. So, we drew against Newcastle. I would have liked to have beaten them in hindsight, but it was the first game in charge, so that's okay. Leicester is disappointing, but then we've played... In the last 8 games, we've played Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Everton, and Man City. I still feel like the Southampton and Wolves games were the 2 that were really winnable, that we needed to win. But I don't know, maybe we can get a result here against Palace. We've still got Arsenal and United to play in our next 4 games, but a win here could at least maybe just spark a little bit of life into us. Anyway, we have a new youth intake. Apparently Ian Martin stands out as one of the better... I mean, if he's one of the better players, it goes from bad to worse here. I mean, I'll let you decide what to make of that youth intake. And none of them stand out. I'll just tell my staff to sign one. Or sign the recommended players, but there's no one there to get excited about. Ben Gibson's now injured, so he might not be available for this Palace game. Man, they're in 12th. We need a win. We need a win. This is the winnable game. I'll praise Sisto's training. Maybe that can inspire him to perform well in the actual match. That's what we'll choose to believe could happen. I mean, they're in 12th, right? This is winnable. It's not going to be easy because they're not doing that badly, but it is winnable. Is me suspended? Oh, of course, it was Lowton who was suspended for the sending off. I don't even need to worry about that. So Jamal Bogle's going to come in, or Bogle's going to come in. You know what? Hernani and Sisto have been awful, so I'm going to make some changes there. I'm going to stick with Wood and Barnes up top. But I'm going to bring in Andy. You know what? I'm going to bring in Andy. And if you sat there going, Andy, remember Andy? We signed him. We had optimism in him. He can't be worse than Sisto out on the left, so let's see what he can do. In terms of play, I think we're going to play attacking against Palace and see what we can do. We just need a result from somewhere. That's what we really need here. We're changing it up at the back with our two fullbacks. Frankly, Charlie Taylor and Lowton have been awful, so a debut for Bogle today. They're going to play a 4-2-3-1. I don't know how well we match up into that. But this is the most winnable game in a little while. I'm hoping we can get a result from it. That's the dream. We're going to play attacking and hope we can make it work in our favour. They have a set piece after 2 minutes. Maximilian Meyer whips in. Westwood heads it clear. Only as far as Townsend, who can score screamers in real life. I don't know if you can do it in FM. Scott Dan to Maximilian Meyer to maybe try and pull the strings again. Tarkowski heads it away as far as Andy. Go on, Andy. Fighting for a spot in the first team. We're mixing things up. I mean, look at the run. Can he thread through his man? He can. Barnes is there. Andy. I mean, he goes to infinity and beyond right there. I realise that's a very tentative thing. Look, his name is Andy. Andy is the guy who owned Buzz Lightyear and Woody and all those guys in Toy Story. So I'm just referencing Buzz Lightyear at this point. I mean, it's a good assist on the break as well. We're winning a game. Let's just enjoy the feeling that we've got. What can you do, Jaden? Not the best throw-in, but we'll believe in him to turn around. Hendrick switches it. Andy's there again. It's saved. Oh, I thought he was going to score. The rebound was a really good chance as well. I mean, Andy looks like an inspired change. You know what? We've gone Hanani, Sisto. I know I brought you in. You were the two players who I was very excited about in January. You've done absolutely nothing. I mean, and looking at Brighton. Brighton are beating Cardiff. They're going to be pulling further and further away from the drop, Brighton. In some ways, them beating Cardiff isn't necessarily the worst result. The fact Watford are losing is good news for us. I mean, what can we do here? Jaden goes to Barnes. Westwood, edge of the box. Hendrick sits it. Let's go. 2-0 up. I mean, I've forgotten what it was like to be winning a football match. This is what we needed. You know, we've changed up some of the personnel. And it feels like it's just kind of worked here. Jeff Hendrick, nice little finish into the bottom corner. 2 goals up. Part of me's like, do I go more defensive now? I feel like when we went more defensive against Chelsea, you saw what happened. We conceded even more. So at least for now, I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to stay on the front foot. If we can get a win here, that can maybe just spark something in us. Although that throw-in is really not ideal. We've thrown it straight to them. MacArthur now with it. Gives it to Batshuayi, who scores a very tidy finish. It's now 2-1. That's a little more concerning now, isn't it? Townsend to MacArthur. I mean, Batshuayi should probably be picked up a little bit better by whoever that defender is. I can't click. Long maybe could have done a little bit better. Still a very even game. I mean, we've created the better chances, but, I mean, Palace find themselves within 1 goal and with the ball in our third. Nice win by Andy, though, with the header. Falls to MacArthur. Now with Townsend. Not far wide of the post, but it is wide. It's not on target. I mean, at half-time, we're 2-1 up. And that in itself is a little win as far as I'm concerned. I kind of want to praise the players, but I'm worried that's going to backfire. I mean, I'm going to tell them I'm happy. I could have easily said I'm not happy, but I'm just concerned about kicking a dog while it's down. I feel like when you're high in the league and performing well, you can give that kind of aggressive, I want better team talk, even when you're winning. In our situation, confidence is frail. Maximilian Meyer whips it in. Gudmundsson heads it away. Only as far as Meyer again. He puts the ball out to Kouyaté. Don't foul. Just don't foul in the box. Scott Dan, let him blast it over. I mean, he's just scored an absolute screamer. I did not think he had it in his locker as a centre-back. I mean, who thought that was actually going to fly in? I did not. I'll admit it. Scott Dan. I mean, he's never scored a goal like that in his career, has he? Let's be honest. I hope we all enjoyed savouring that taste of winning. Because it's gone. Gudmundsson, by the way, on a 6 rating. Get off the pitch. Sisto's going to come on. Is Sisto going to come on? I think he is. We're going to keep persisting with Sisto and believe that he's going to turn his season around at some point. Big ball up to Barnes. Nice touch. Hits it. What a goal that is by Ashley Barnes. It's the most Brexit football you've ever seen. It's one long ball. Tommy Heaton with the assist. We're not going to complain about it. I mean, great finish. What a pass. Was that Scott Dan who missed it? I think it might have been. That'd be poet. It was. That makes me feel better about his goal. Nice play. We'll make the change anyway. Wood's not had the best game either, and he is on a booking. Part of me wants to take him off before he gets a stupid sending off. I mean, the good news is we found some goals here. Kiate now with it. Goes to MacArthur. Passes it through as far as Townsend. Not like this. Batshuayi scores. Chris Wood's been awful. I'm going to take him off. And I'm going to bring in... I'm going to keep faith in Torres. It might be blind faith. Maybe it's the Liverpool bias creeping in. But Fernando, that you had an impact on your debut. I need you to have an impact here. MacArthur gets it forward, and then it's... Who is that? Who is Ward? We just have a problem at fullback, apparently. Anyway, 20 minutes left. I'm going to shout and demand more from the players. This might backfire. They might not enjoy that team talk. Also, they're on the attack. Back post, Ward. What is that header? Wan-Bissaka crosses it. Get it clear. Nice play by Jaden. I'm not sure why Fernando Torres did not even challenge for that. Wan-Bissaka now with it. This is concerning. It's 4-3. It's a disaster. You can't help but laugh at this point. It's a footballing disaster of catastrophic proportions. I mean, let's get the inside forwards and attack. Let's get the fullbacks on support. We need a goal. I mean, I want to take some solace from the fact that we have actually managed to score 3. Sisto, what can you do? Could we score immediately to respond before my changes even take effect? Andy, back to Hendrick. Now back with... I mean, that's a foul, surely. Surely that's a foul. 18 minutes. Ball lumped forward. Andy wins it. Barnes puts it wide. Oh, it was a really good opportunity. I mean, we've gone toe-to-toe with them here. And they're in 12th. But we're going to need a big turnaround. And we don't really play that many of the teams in and around us. We play teams in the bottom half, yes, but no one really, you know, who we're directly competing with other than Brighton. Come on, Andy. Gets it forward to Barnes. Can't get it out. Scott Dan goes back to the keeper. 14 minutes. I mean, it's been an entertaining game. How have we had 7 goals from 2 clear-cut chances? Townsend brings it forward. Meyer, no, not like this. He puts it wide. And my whole life flashed before my eyes. 10 minutes left. Set piece. Andy crosses it in. Back post headed away. Barnes is there, though. Can he find a man? Gives it to Tarkovsky. Back with Ward. I'm a little bit scared when we have it at the back here. Ward, though, big ball forward. No one there. Not sure who he's trying to get it to. Palace now going to try and bring the ball forward. We are now very much playing a 4-2-4. The inside forwards, they are not dropping back anymore, but we need a goal. Ball up to Mitchie's there. It's headed clear. Westwood helps it on his way, but it's not fully away from danger here. Wilfried Zaha, what can he do? Tom Heaton, lovely stop on the long shot there. Probably got to go more attacking. Show some passion, boys. 6 minutes left to try and get something from this game, plus added time. The added time could be crucial. I just want a point at this point. I mean, that will do as a tackle. What can we do? Go on, Andy. He's bringing it forward. Look at him go. Switches the play. Sisto, this is your moment. He scores. He scores. Right, go on attacking now. Go on attacking. Right, I'm going to keep the wing-backs on support, but I'm actually going to drop the inside forwards onto support because I need them to track back. A draw could be big. Oh, no, now they've got a set piece. No, not like this. He holds on to it. Heaton. Get it up. We want 5. What is happening in this game? He throws it to Andy. What can you do, Andy? Barnes is there. So's Torres. Fernando. Finish that, please, Fernando. Please, he's hit the woodwork. Oh, my God. There's 5 minutes of added time. Is there a goal in this for anyone? It doesn't look like it. I mean, it's a memorable game. It's a rare game that I've enjoyed. This time, Jaden get not the best ball. I mean, it finishes 4-4. Look. Let's be honest. We've fought back there, and we've done absolutely incredible, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe that can spark something. Maybe. We're only 6 points away from safety. Only 6 points away. Oh my gosh. I mean, what a result that is. We need to turn March into a good month now. I'm going to be honest, that's taken a lot out of me emotionally. I might wrap up today's episode here and we'll come back for the Arsenal, Brighton and United games next time out. I think that is going to be what we do, actually. I need to take a breather. Man, what a game that was to end things on. We get a point. I mean, it's only a point, but it felt like so much more. And Sisto scored. Maybe he's going to start doing stuff now. Tarkowski might be missing for that game. We received £500,000 for the Michael Keane deal. I mean, silver linings. 7 games in a row without winning. No, let's look at it as 1 game without defeat. That's how we should be looking at things now. I will say, the fact that we are no further behind the team in 17th than we were when we took over is kind of incredible in a way. That is pretty mad. We've not done worse than Sean Dyche. In fact, we've maintained the gap. But we do need to start getting something from somewhere. And I feel like after the Arsenal and United game, then we can maybe start to get maybe something. I'm looking at Cardiff in 19th. That's going to be a big one, isn't it? Oh boy. Right, I'm emotionally drained. So we'll wrap things up here. Next time out will be the Arsenal game, which is going to be an interesting match. I mean, given that last game, why can't we go and get something against them? Also, Arsenal in 4th. Name a more iconic duo. I'm going to wait. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I might just go straight to a few days before the Arsenal game, just because we're on Sunday, and I don't think there's going to be a great deal happening between now and the Arsenal game. But I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. I mean, it started off not so great. It ended in dramatic fashion. I want to believe now we can maybe kick on and make something happen. We're only 6 points away from safety. There are 6 very winnable games here. We're going to have to maybe win 4 or 5 of them, but it's possible now. And Brighton as well in 16th. I mean, a win against them, we cut the gap on them to 8. Okay, that makes you realise how well they've done lately. They're not going to be easy either. Okay, that's tomorrow's problem anyway. Guys, I don't know how to shut up, so let's just end things here. I'm hyper. We got a draw. We got a blooming draw, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. With love, with care. I'm nicking Benji's intro or outro again. Send help. Sign recommended players. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.